All right, good morning everybody. My name is Derek. This is Superhero Fitness, and today we're gonna be doing handstands with a focus on endurance training. So we're gonna do our regular warm-up, our first 3 exercises, handstands at the wall, and then we're gonna do conditioning for handstand endurance. We'll be spending quite a bit of time upside down as long as we can. So of course, if you haven't already seen it, check out one of the intro videos that will tell you kind of the different ways to get into handstand at the wall. I will demo them shortly, but there's a further breakdown that I have on my YouTube page. Otherwise, only do what you feel safe and you can comfortably come out of. So make sure you're aware of any couches, chairs, anything that you might fall down and hit, because the most important thing to being able to get your handstands to be better is feeling comfortable and safe in the area around you. If you do not feel so, your body will hold back to keep you protected, as it should. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get this started. Handstands, endurance day, let's go. Okay, so first up, we're gonna start with a downward facing dog. We're gonna do 60 seconds here. Just open up the shoulders and to settle ourselves into place. From your downward facing dog, you can imagine your hips lifting up and your shoulders rolling down towards your knees. Your heels do not have to touch the ground here. In fact, I'm more interested in the line from your wrist to your hands and opening up the shoulders here. You might even open by pushing down and up as we go, doing sort of shoulder shrugs, or you can find stability by squeezing everything inward and imagining that you're already in your first handstand of the day. Hold for about 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees down. Now, if you do have a sock, like I kind of recommended, then we're gonna take a sock and we're gonna put it just underneath our back. So what I like to use this as biofeedback for what our handstand should feel like as far as core engagement is. So when we lay down, we're gonna have our feet flat on the ground. Take the sock just underneath where your belly button, like if you could draw a belly line from your belly button all the way down to the floor, that's where we're gonna be. From there, you're going to draw the ribs in and down, and at the same time engage the Kegel muscle, so really clench your butt as you draw up and in. So there's a simultaneous down and in, up and in. Hold this for 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1, gentle release. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Now, if you've been with me long enough that you know how to do a hollow body, or you're comfortable with this position and holding your brace at the same time, feel free to do it. We're going again in 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze in. You're gonna squeeze harder now than even you do in your handstand, but we're warming the muscles up and teaching them the position we want to be. So squish the sock for 3, 2, and 1, gentle release. We're gonna do that 1 more time. In 3, 2, and 1. Draw down and in, draw up and in. Strong and supportive. We want the core to be stable for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come on up. Feel free to put your sock back on if you took one off. So now when I say squish the sock, when you're in your handstand, that's the sensation that I want you to think about. We're gonna practice that a lot because it's gonna be pretty paramount to what we're doing overall. We want to be holding down and in to make sure our handstand stays stable. Next up, going hands at the wall, we're gonna take our hips back, shoulders open, and let gravity pull your heart down. 3 times, go very, very slow. Draw your heart up so you go back into what's called a hollow body position, pushing into the wall. Exhale to relax your shoulders, let gravity have a little bit. Lengthen through your legs, do it again. Lift up from the heart. Keep pushing into the wall to create space. We're still thinking about our handstand, and lower back down. 1 more time, slow draw up from the heart. It may feel weird, but this is a motion that'll be important in our handstands. And gentle release. Walk your hands up the wall as you walk yourself forward to come on out. Next up, we're going to be going into wrist push-ups. So we're going to go back down to the ground, and we're going to use the metacarpals to lift us up and start to strengthen and warm up the wrists. So from hands and knees position, push down into the pointer finger, or into the knuckles of the hand, lift your wrist up, slow lower back down. This is one that it's easy to go too fast on, so really take your time. In fact, everything that we're doing, we're practicing the sense of calm and slow control. You can't really force handstands by throwing them back and forth. We have to respect and breathe through to make it happen. Do about 10 more. Keep most of the weight in your knees. 3, 2, and 1. Gently shake it out. All right, I got it coming. Hey there. Nice to see you guys. If you're on TikTok, it's a lot easier for me to see your chats if you end up being on Twitch with me. And that'll be where we're going to be having most of this, but you're always welcome to stay as long as you want there. We're going to take our hands up this time, and just like we did against the wall, we want to imagine our handstand. So the first thing from our kneeling position is to tuck the tailbone down, draw your hips forward, and then reach your arms up as high as you can. Now, I want you to imagine you've got water on your fingertips and you're trying to flick it on your little brother or sister. So you're just going to like that. Reach up as tall as you can and flick your fingers as fast as you can. Ready, set, and go. Reach up even taller. Again, this is our perfect handstand. We're just practicing it from our knees. Even faster for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. You can relax your butt for just a moment. Ba, 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 side to side. And now the same thing, but we're going to do opposite with the hands. We're going to do clap the hands shut as we go. So same thing, reach up tall, low belly draws in, so you're squishing the sock, tailbone is down in 3, 2, and 1. Clap, 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 clap. Give them the clap. Reach even taller through the shoulders and faster. Double time for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Yeah, it's amazing how much that makes the forearms and the hands burn overall. All right, wrist, fingers, and flicks. That is our pre-handstand warm-up already complete. So now we're going to do our first 1-minute handstand at the wall. Now, when I say 1-minute handstand, we're going to be going up to 1 minute. If you can go further, hold it back for now overall. And we're going to do up to, let me rephrase that a little bit. We're going to do up to 1 minute at the wall in whichever position you're comfortable with. If you come down early and you've got a little bit of energy, you're either going to kick back up or you're going to take a downward dog position like we did at the beginning. So it's another way we can treat it kind of like a drop set of handstand, downward facing dog, and you're still pushing with the shoulders the whole time. So to make this happen, option number 1 is going to be with your hands down on the ground, downward facing dog. Option number 2, you're going to push into the wall, but have a wide angle here, and you can still maintain a handstand position, and we're going to start strengthening the shoulders. As you get better, you'll walk in a little bit, but still leave enough room for your feet to come down underneath you safely. Very, very important, especially if you cannot cartwheel out of a handstand yet. Option number 3 is you're going to go back against the wall, hands about a hand's length away from the wall. You're going to kick up and then hold here until you need to come down. And of course, option number 4 is belly all the way to the wall. So do whichever one you feel comfortable with holding and coming out of. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna go up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Handstand number 1, 1 minute total. Now, even though I do handstands in the middle of the room, we always practice handstands at the wall at the beginning because this helps us align our body and engage each of your muscles. So you can think about pushing into the pointer finger knuckle of your hand. You can think about drawing the biceps in towards each other. You can think of lifting through the shoulders to get even taller. You can draw the ribs in and lengthen the tailbone up. You're already 30 seconds in. You can engage the legs in towards each other so they're lightly squeezing in while reaching up through the big toe as tall as you can. We're at 45 seconds, last 15. Stay stable, re-engage. Last 10. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Gently come on down. Handstand number 1. Whew. Take a moment. Sometimes we can get a little lightheaded after coming off the wall, right? After this, we're going to do a 5-point shoulder stretch. So we're going to stay at the wall for a moment and we're going to open up the shoulders a little bit more. So start by taking your hand up and tall on the wall as you can. Pretend you've got octopus fingers and then sink your hips down and away. So there's a little bit of opening here. You'll hopefully feel a stretch underneath the arm in this position. Transitioning to position number 2, we're going to take the hand back like it's reaching towards 11 o'clock on the clock, or about 10:30. Position number 3 is straight back in line with the body. The other hand is helping to push the chest open. We're stretching the shoulder here. And position number 4, the hardest one, take the palm face up, pinky pushes into the wall, and your thumb is reaching back, kind of like a hitchhiker's thumb in a sense. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one, we're gonna go across the body, reaching this way here. Notice if your shoulder is up in your ear, can you pull it down and stay a little relaxed and open, relaxed and loose. Same thing on the other side. We're going to take the right hand up on top of the wall, fingertips into the wall, and sink down. Again, we're trying to get into the armpit area here. Position number 2, we're going to take the arm back 45 degrees. Position number 3, straight back behind you. This hand is really nice because if I'm chest in, we can roll out. Your shoulder might not be anywhere near the wall, and that's also okay, by the way. Position number 4, palm face up, pinky presses into the wall. We're still in line with the shoulder as height is concerned. Breathe a little bit deeper. And gentle release. Take your right arm across your body. Again, shoulder pulls down as we reach across. Okay, a little bit more for the legs, and then we're going to go into handstand number 2. So from a kneeling position, let's go ahead and take the top of the foot down, tuck the hips, and reach forward. So we're pressing forward with the hips to find a little stretch here. Just 30 seconds in each position, and let this be a time that you start to focus on your breathing and still feeling your handstand line. Is your butt sticking out, or is it stacked underneath your body here? Switch sides. Knee down, heel down. Roll the hips forward. I like to call this kind of sexy hips. So if you got your butt sticking out here and there's a little bit of a back arch, that's also going to be showing in your handstand. So we lengthen up tall and we tuck the butt. Butt tuck. You heard it first here. We all got to work on like America's ass, and that doesn't happen by having like this back arch. Like it can present it a little bit, but if you really want to work the muscles of it and have a firm, slappable, you got to have the tuck underneath. Go ahead and release. We're going to go back to the first side, but this time heel down, toes up. We're going to draw ourselves backwards. If you can, fingertips are to the ground here, and your chest stays up relatively tall. Now the key here is, again, we're tucking the hips underneath, and then we draw the toes towards the shin. We're going to hold for 15 more seconds. Keep breathing into it. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heel back, switch sides. Heel down, toes up. Draw it in. Can you both tuck the tailbone and draw the toes back? Can you breathe smoothly as you go? Handstands are also just a great complement to our meditation training overall, so we really can get quite a bit of relaxation in it. And when you are relaxed, your handstands are just going to be so much phenomenally better overall. So next one, round number 2 of handstands. We're going to go again back at the wall before doing some core work and shoulder work. Let's give it about 10 seconds and we're going to go up again. In 3, 2, and 1. Press down to lift up. Connect with your breathing and embrace the little bit of shaking that's going to happen. You're 20 seconds in. 30 seconds. You're just practicing taking time at the wall here. We're not trying to hold our handstand. We're not trying to balance off of the wall. This is about engagement for the perfect line. 45 seconds. 50 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Safely come back down. Take a deep breath. It's an interesting day where I'm definitely getting a little bit extra head rushes today. Wonder if I'm not hydrated enough. All right. Important thing is if you're getting lightheaded and that sort of thing, make sure you are drinking water for this. Not so much that you're going to feel sloshy, but it will help overall. And that is part of handstand training is at the beginning we're going to feel kind of lightheaded at some points, and that's also okay. Just don't get it so much that you're worried about passing out. You're always feel free to come down because we can push into the discomfort a little bit, but not so much that we're ever going to be in danger. All right, so next up we're going to be doing slow hollow body and hollow back. So this is again the thing we did at the warm-up. We're going to repeat this because it's so important to getting this sensation of what the shoulders open versus closed feel like. Open and closed. So hands at the wall, stick your butt back, see if you can get your chest level with the wall, and then lower yourself down. Maybe your shoulders open like here. Maybe they don't make it there, but gravity is just pulling them down. Lengthen from hands to hips, so you're long away from the wall, and then draw back up and in. Slow reverse. And draw back up. Slow down. And reverse. Can you start to notice the muscles of the armpits and the side of the body, the serratus anterior, pull you back? Reverse down. When you're starting to lose control of your shoulders, these are the muscles that are going to help hold you in your position, but also help you correct when things start to go a little awry. One more time, slow lift up, hold strong. The more you can squeeze, the stronger it'll become. Gentle release. And hold here for 5, 4, relax to gravity, 2, and 1. Draw yourself up and towards the wall. Okay. Relaxing the shoulders out. We're going to go into paint slides next. So paint slides is one of the more complicated exercises. We're going to be doing this up against the wall. And the position for it overall is going to be bent knees. You're going to come in slightly. Forearms go against the wall. And the biggest part is going to be push, so we round through the shoulders. We're going to then slide the shoulders up and down. It's only going to be a couple inches of a move, but it will be supremely effective. So give me about 20 or finish when I do. Either one's fine. Forearms into the wall, bent knees around through the shoulders, and slide. Should only feel like you're moving 2 or 3 inches, and as you push into the wall, if it's working, you're gonna feel it. So if you don't notice it yet, just keep trying, keep pushing. 9, halfway there. Push more. And 20. Whew. Okay. All right, how are we doing on time? Cool. All right, so that is our paint slides. And then finally, our last one of the second round of exercises is gonna be supine knee tucks. So we're gonna go back down to the ground. Option to take the wall to make this a little bit more challenging. You'll have your hands behind here. Otherwise, you can just have your hands at heart or to your sides. But we're going to squish the sock down and then draw the knees into the chest, roll up slightly, and then re-extend. Knees are tuck into the chest and extend out long. The lower your legs are will make it more challenging. If you lift them up a little bit higher as you reach out, it'll be a little bit easier. We're just gonna do 5 of these here. Good. One more if you need it. And that will be handstand round number 2. All right, for our next set, we're gonna go back to the wall. We're gonna do handstand number 3. Yeah, so we're gonna go back to the wall. We're gonna do handstand number 3. It'll be our final round of exercises before we get into our conditioning piece, or where you can do into skill training and the like, or if you're gonna get your own handstand practice, that you're already ready to go. So handstand number 3 at the wall. Let's kick it on up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember to reach up tall, point your toes, if you can, in whichever position you're using. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders, and we're lifting. You're more than 25 seconds in. Push into your pointer finger knuckles. 40 seconds in. It's just flying by. "50 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. See what you've won. All right, what you have won is a straddle stretch. So we're gonna come back down to the ground and we're gonna go into our middle splits position. So it doesn't matter necessarily how wide your legs get, but what I am looking for is that your toes and knees stay upward as you take your feet outward, draw your hips forward, and then option number 1 is hands behind you and lean your chest forward. Option number 2 is chest tall, fingertips down to the ground in front, or you start walking your way down. Keep drawing yourself forward, toes back, or pinky toes are drawn back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands up and then take your hands to frame either side of your knee, and we're going to go down to one side. So roll your chest to the right, lower your chest down towards your knee. It's a little bit of a twist. Sometimes I like to think about pushing down into my right hand to lower my chest towards my knee. And then the other side. Left hand to the outside of your left knee, chest lowers to the left. Three, two, and one. Come on, back up. Next up, we're gonna go into back extensions. So draw your hips together, and we're gonna go belly down for the next 2 exercises. And again, we're gonna do this for 20 repetitions. So how this is going to work is option number 1, you're gonna have your hands down by your sides, and you're going to just lift the heart. Well, actually, I guess you can use your fingertips here to do a little bit of a lift, but we want this to come from the lower back, drawing down towards the butt region. Option number 2, hands back. Option number 3, hands behind your ears as we lift up. Let's do 20 repetitions in 3, 2, and 1. Keep your gaze down at about a 45-degree angle and lift up strong. You might even feel like your shoulder blades squeeze together to help give you a little bit of a rise, and that is correct. 8, 9, 10 or so. 18, 19, and 20. Now we're going to do the opposite. So we did the upper back drawing back and up. We're going to do that with the hips here. So we're going to take our head down into a pillow position with our hands. We get to just chill, and then we're going to lift the toes and the thighs up off the ground. Again, we're going to go for 20. So go ahead and set your head down and lift up. Can you keep long through the toes? If not, you can bend the knees lightly to make it a little bit easier. Halfway. And 20. Set your hands down to lift back up. And that'll take us through round number 3 of handstands overall. Now to finish this out, we're going to get into handstand conditioning. So for this handstand conditioning, we have about 7 exercises we're going to get through twice overall, and that's going to include a handstand maximum. For the handstand maximum, I'm going to be setting a timer for a minute, though you're welcome to do more, do less, or just spend as much of that time as you can handstanding, meaning if you come down, you try to go back up over and over again. If you're practicing to get into the middle of the room and you can hold it for a couple seconds, you're welcome to also do handstands in the middle of the room. Again, do something that's going to challenge you, but is going to help, but you're going to stay upside down for a good chunk of the time. All right, so to start this out, first up is going to be down dog single leg taps. This is a drill specifically to help us jump better overall. So to do this one, we're going to go into down dog position. Watch it once because it is a little tricky to do it correct. You're going to take one leg as straight as you can. The bottom leg that's on the ground is going to bend at the knee to bring your toes down towards the ground. Now the trick here is I'm not doing a leg lift. I'm bending my bottom knee to tap and then re-extend. Sometimes it'll be a little crunchy in the knees. As long as it's not painful, we're going to be doing okay on this one. Let's do 8 taps with each leg. I'm going to go at a moderate pace, reach out, and begin. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. Good. Switch legs. I know most of us only jump with one leg, but eventually you'll jump with 2, so we're going to do both sides. Let's begin. Keep pushing to the pointer finger knuckles of your hands. 2. And if it's not hard enough, walk your foot in closer towards your hands. Halfway. And that is 8. I'm really curious if my crunching knee was coming through with the microphone because the knee was so close to the microphone there. All right, next up is 15 squat to extensions. Again, everything is thinking about our handstand. So what we're going to do is we're going to squat down and then you're going to reach up, come up to your toes. If you can, you're going to do this from feet close together or even all the way together if it's comfortable for your pelvis. It's going to be different for each person. But I want you to think about when you get to your top position, you're reaching up as tall as you can. You are in a handstand when you do it. So hold that for a moment. Let's do it in 3, 2, and 1. Squat down, tuck, squat, and reach. Squat, reach. So there's an engagement. Your butt squeezes, your core draws in, your arms reach up and squeeze inward. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Ha, ha. All right, 15 squat to extensions. Next up is going to be shoulder shrugs. So for this one, we're going to go into a downward dog position. We're going to keep our elbows straight the entire time as we work. So hips up high in the air, hands down, and then shrug at the shoulders, re-extend. Let's go ahead and begin. If you're not already, 20 total. Your elbows try not to move at all. This is all just shoulder mobility. 8. Halfway there. 18, 18, and 20. Walk your feet in, and let's take a few breaths. Especially as we've been doing this, it's easy to get a little higher heart rate. And again, for our handstands, we're going to be a little bit less than that. Hollow body, alternating. Okay. Next up, 1 minute handstand walk. So we're going to go for 1 minute. And just like we did with the squat to extension where we reached up to the top, we're going to do that, but with our toes elevated. So I want you to imagine you've got high heels or you're a beautiful ballerina, and I want you to walk with the straightest, most engaged butt you can. So the goal here is that the hips are not trying to balance. In fact, it's just this motion that's moving us overall. We're gonna do 30 seconds one direction, turn around and do 30 seconds the other direction. Let's take it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms reach up, find your handstand line, and let's walk or strut, however you want to think about it. Switch directions, turn around. That way when you're walking in a circle, we just keep it a little even because we're going to be turning inward. Unless you've got the space for it, just do like go in straight lines. "15 seconds, reach up a little bit taller, squeeze your butt a little bit more. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it on out. And 1 minute toe tap walks. Next up is going to be hollow body hold. So coming down to the ground. You have a couple options here. Now, for option number 1 is going to be the squish the sock sensation we did at the beginning of class. You're going to hold it for 30 seconds here. Otherwise, you're going to take your legs up and you're going to lower them down as low as you can comfortably and when you can no longer hold, or to a position that you think you can hold for 30 seconds without your core disengaging overall. You might go all the way to hollow body as an option. All right, let's go and do it. 30-second hold, legs as low as they can hover in 3, 2, and 1. Back stays flat, or at least as engaged as it can be. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it on down. All right, now we're going to go back to the wall. We're going to do 5 wall handstand kick-ups. The goal here is not to stay up. The goal is just to kick up and float back down. So we're practicing our perfect kick-ups overall. In a perfect world, we'll eventually go up without touching the wall, hold for just a moment, and gently and softly come down. Choose whichever leg combination you like. You can do tuck, straddle, single leg. I'm going to demo single leg as we go. So we'll be about a hand's length away from the wall, so you have it there for safety. The back leg is lifted just like we did in the other drill. You're going to bend the knee to lift up and then gently come back down. 4 more times. And that should be about 5. Last thing we're going to do is a maximum handstand hold at the wall, in the center of the room, wherever is going to challenge you, but that you'll be able to stay up for a decent amount of time, let's say 10 seconds or so each, or if you just want to challenge it, you can go for the center of the room. We're going to set a timer for up to 1 minute. Do whichever one feels good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're 10 seconds in. That's 20 seconds. Remember your engagements. 30 seconds. If you fall down, that's okay. Just go back up, especially after all our conditioning. It's going to be more challenging than your regular handstand. That is the point, is to chain fatigued. 40 seconds in. $50 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a minute. We're going to do all of that one more time, and then we'll be done for today. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, if you have any questions on any of those exercises and you're live on Twitch, feel free to throw it in chat. These little breaks in between these moments are the perfect time to kind of check in, see what you're thinking about, or how you're feeling overall. You know, are you feeling more in your wrists? If your wrists are feeling pretty toast, we can go on to grabbing onto blocks for some of the drills, as well as we can do some modifications for some of the exercises. Taking breaks is always allowed, as many as you need at any point, or skipping an exercise here and there is also absolutely allowed. We're going to work up this endurance. That's the whole point, right? Let's go ahead and get into it again. We're going to go back into downward dog single leg taps. Again, 8 on each side. So you can take your downward dog position, lift one leg up, and then bend your knee lightly to come down, lift back up. Tap and extend. Can you lengthen your long leg even more? 6, 7, and 8. Left foot down, right foot comes up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Both feet come down. Whew, that is so much harder on the second time around, I'll tell you. Second exercise, we're gonna go do squat to extension, 15 reps of squatting to lift up. Let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squat down low, tippy toes hold, lower back down. Imagine your perfect handstand every single time you get up to the top. That way, even when you do an explosive handstand or you do a powerful kick up, you're chasing the line and engagement of your whole body. Just about halfway there. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Mom's calling me twice, so we're gonna take a small intermission. Just make sure everything's okay.
8 months later.
Hey, you good?
Target. Come in.
Hi, I'm teaching class. What's up?
What kind of cell phone do you have now?
Pixel 4.
Pixel 4. Okay. Would you
Okay.
answer?
Yeah. If you call me twice, I'm gonna think it's important, so that's why I answered.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. All right, we'll cut that out. Are you fine with AT&T? I don't know, I don't care. Okay, where were we? All right, we're back. So, next up, we're gonna do 20 shoulder shrugs. We're gonna start in downward dog position again. Hands down, hips up high in the air. So, from this position, press down into your pointer finger knuckles, lift your hips, and then we're gonna shrug at the shoulders, lift back up. This is all about the shoulder blades, again, moving down the spine. We're gonna do 20 of these total. If you're not already, let's begin. Every handstand forever, you might hear in your head your coach saying, push more through your shoulders. Pretty much always true that we're trying to lift more through the shoulders. We're halfway there. "17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh, itchy lip. Okay. Shoulder shrugs, 1 minute tiptoe walks. So back up to our tippy toes. We're gonna walk it around in a circle in 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up, walk it about. Beep, boop, beep, boo, doo, 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 doo. Halfway there. If you're going in a circle, switch directions. Otherwise, engage your butt a little bit more. Tuck your tailbone. 20 seconds. Last 10. Reach up even taller, point through the toes. And 3, 2, and 1. Ah. All right. 3 more exercises to go. Hollow body, leg lower hold. Starting from laying down, let's take the hands overhead, toes up nice and tall, and slow lower until you get into position. Find your position and we'll hold for 30, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Hold your position, low back, stays engaged down towards the ground. Keep breathing, shaking as you getting stronger. 15 seconds. Reach even longer through the toes. This is it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest, roll on up. And we have just 2 exercises to go to finish it out. We're gonna do our 5 kick-ups at the wall and our handstand maximum. So, on your own time, do your 5 kick-ups, and then in about a minute, we're gonna go into our handstand mega hold. We're just trying to find more and more float through this position. Trying to find your line faster and smoother. Let's give it 30 seconds before we go into our final handstand. So take this time to breathe and center yourself here. All right, your final handstand of the day. Just go as long as you can. Stay focused. If you don't stay up the whole time, that's okay. Again, this is part of pushing past our barriers. We've already spent 4 minutes of total handstand time, not even counting the time that we've been in a handstand type position overall. So 1 minute, whatever you've got left. We're starting the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final handstand. We're 10 seconds in. And coach cannot hold a handstand today. Okay, we got this. 20 seconds down. "30 seconds. Keep on trying. 35. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Walk around a little bit. Notice kind of where the blood and where your comfort is. Let's go and swing out the arms. You can gently take the hands behind the head. Open up the shoulders by drawing the elbows backwards. And then just a little bit of wrist stretching. Go ahead and take your right hand forward, press down into the back of the palm, or the back of the hand. Just do a gentle hold here. Let's squeaky part of the floor. Flip your hand over, gently press into the pad of the hand. Again, you might feel a stretch through your wrist. Let it be light, but not painful. Switch hands, back of the wrist. Back palm of the hand. Three, two, and one. Shake it out. If you have any questions and you're seeing this in the future on YouTube, feel free to send me a message through YouTube or Twitch, and I will be glad to make you a little video to help answer anything. Otherwise, do join us live on Twitch on Friday mornings for handstand classes. There will be more coming in the future soon as follower and viewer counts go up. Otherwise, again, my name is Derek. This is Superhero Fitness, and I'll see you later. Keep on handstanding.